So let's talk about two of my favorite things, feminine energy and pleasure. Hello starlets, I'm Sarah from Everyday Starlet. Welcome to my channel. I make videos to inspire you to be the star of your own life. For the past, I'd say year and a half, I have been on a journey of reconnecting to my own inner feminine energy. And a big part of that has been connecting to my own pleasure. When you connect to your own pleasure in life, whether that be sexual pleasure, sensual pleasure, just the joy of life, I mean, that's literally life force energy. That is your feminine coming through, and it can just improve every area of your life. For one, it actually helps you really love yourself, feel good in your own skin, and love your body. And that's something that I am very, very, very much an advocate for. And for me, a big part of my journey has been discovering Yoni Pleasure Palace. Yoni Pleasure Palace has crystal wands and pleasure tools, which we'll get into a little bit. And I became an affiliate for them. They are not sponsoring this video. I chose to become an affiliate for them because I'm so in love with the brand. But I'm sharing this with you because these are some of the things that I've found that I really love, that I enjoy, and I wanted to share them with you, especially because it's getting to be holiday time and maybe you want some gift ideas for yourself or for some of your feminine friends, stocking stuffers, things like that. So I thought I would share with you my favorite Yoni Pleasure Palace products and tell you a little bit about them so you can decide if there's anything that you would like to treat yourself with. Now, these products are crystal and glass pleasure toys. I'll put it that way. I'm trying not to get demonetized on this channel. I've had people, when I've mentioned this on my Instagram, some people have been like, oh, is it even safe to use crystals and things like that? For one thing, a lot of pleasure toys are made of a lot of toxic chemicals that are really not good for your body. So these products are all body safe. Now, I definitely encourage you to read more of the website. There's way more information on the Yoni Pleasure Palace website and more details about this if you have any real specific questions. I have a lot of faith in the company that they are using products that are body safe. That said, I've had people that have said, like, I can never put that in my body, or I wouldn't use crystals, or I heard crystals are unsafe. Now, just putting any crystal inside your body is not a good idea because there are some that are definitely not body safe. These are designed, if you go to Yoni Pleasure Palace or another reputable company that is making body safe products, you should be okay. However, I would also advise, if it makes you uncomfortable or you do not want to do it, always listen to your intuition. And if it's telling you that this does not feel like the right thing for you, that's totally fine. I understand that. I would always advise people to listen to their own body. Tuning in and listening to your own body is actually a huge part of connecting to your feminine energy. Feminine energy is about intuition and about really feeling into your body, of getting out of your thinking mind and feeling into your body. So I'm gonna start with my Yoni eggs. I have 3 of them here. Not gonna lie, I actually think I have all of them. I went a little crazy shopping for them, and I think I have all the crystal ones. They did release one that is just glass, so if you are not comfortable with using crystals and you just want to use like a glass Yoni egg, I believe they do have a glass one. And these are just 3 of them. Again, I think I have all the crystals. But these are the 3 that I use the most often, so the ones I'm going to talk about. You honestly only need one. Let's be serious. I'm extra, so I collected a lot of them. I got all mine drilled. You can get them drilled or undrilled, and you can get them in 3 different sizes. Drilled just means that you can put unwaxed, unminted definitely, floss tied around in them. You have a natural stopping point in your body, so like these won't get stuck in you. But if you have like some kind of a mental block, which a lot of people do, I totally did in the beginning. I was actually terrified to use these when I first heard about them. So I got all drilled ones so that I had a string that I could actually pull them out. It was like a safety net for me. I've just started to use these without the string because frankly I kind of got tired of stringing them up every time. First time I was a little bit like, oh my god, what if I can't get this out? But in reality, you probably will. The size that you get depends a lot on if you've had children. Like, I don't have any children, and I do a lot of like core ab workouts. So like I had a really, really tense pelvic floor. So for me, the medium-sized eggs were fine. And ultimately, you want to be able to hold them in on your own, but which I didn't really have a problem doing, but some people may, depending on the tightness of their pelvic floor. You can go to the website and you can find out way more details about them, and they come with instruction kits and stuff like that. When picking a Yoni egg, this is my first one. This is the red carnelian, and I know a lot of people start with the jade egg. The jade egg is the original, it's the most traditional one that a lot of people start with. I was first going to invest in one. I remember I picked out a couple. I picked out the jade egg. For some reason I grabbed this one because this one was supposed to be for, carnelian is more for connecting with your sexuality, which was something that I was trying to connect to. I also picked out the rose quartz one because I just assumed it was pink, so I kind of figured that's the one I was going to go with. And I just sort of sat with it for a little while and before I ordered it. And I had never even heard of a carnelian, honestly, before I found this on the website. And the word carnelian, or the term, or the crystal or something, kept coming into my vision. It's like everything I would do, it was just like carnelian stone this or carnelian this, and I was like, whoa. I think the universe really wanted me to get the carnelian. So this is the one I got. Honestly, like reddish, this kind of like reddish, orangey, brownish color. Not my favorite color, so I was kind of like, why am I even buying this? This is the one I always go back to. It's just, I mean, this is for the sacral chakra, if you know anything about chakras. Carnelian is great for connecting with your sensuality, your sexuality. I really believe, I have a video actually about going off hormonal birth control. I was using this while I was transitioning off of hormonal birth control, and I really do believe this had a huge play in the fact that my transition off of it went so smoothly. That was for me though. I think everybody's got to do what they feel is right for them. So some people have asked me when I've mentioned this on social media and stuff, how do you pick your egg? I really believe your intuition will tell you. And honestly, if I had just gone with the pink one because I love pink, I think I still would have been satisfied, to be honest with you. I mean, I think honestly, like whichever one you feel the most drawn to, go with that. And you can just get one and try it out. I always get the medium-sized ones. Again, I don't have kids and I have a pretty tight pelvic floor, so I've stuck with the medium-sized one and it's been fine. They have smaller ones, I think, if you have like a really tight pelvic floor. They have larger ones if you've had like more pregnancies and stuff like that. There's more information about that on their website as to like how to pick a size. But when it comes to a crystal, I would just honestly like follow your instinct, which is a great opportunity to, again, connect with your body, connect with the universe, and just kind of go with the one that calls to you. So yeah, I use the carnelian one the most. I also use the rose quartz because it's pink, and also that's for the heart chakra. I really love using it to open up my heart chakra. So I'll wear this sometimes, like especially if I'm doing like a breast massage or something. And I also have the black obsidian one, which is for like clearing energies. Black obsidian is pretty intense for clearing out negativity, and I think sometimes when I'm going through like just a real like dark time, I really need to clear out energy, like a salt bath. And this, yeah. So those are the ones I use the most often. I have the other ones, you know, that are good for, you know, other crystals, and you can research which crystals are good for, you know, which chakra or what you're looking to work with if you really want to work with crystals. But these are the ones that I kind of go to. Next are the crystal wands. These are the ones that are kind of the most popular, and I would consider these to be beginner, I would say. If you're new to the idea of crystal wands, these are beginner ones. I think they have a few other crystals. These are the ones that I have. Labradorite, I think is the name of it. I got it because I didn't have any like throat chakra crystals, although I wouldn't put this in my throat, but that feels like it would be uncomfortable. But this one's really pretty, and I kind of just use this to like have a throat chakra one that's actually it kind of has like a mermaidy metallic kind of thing. You probably isn't picking up on camera, but I don't really use this one as much. To be honest, I use the rose quartz one of this more often, although I don't reach for these as much anymore as I did in the beginning. This is my amethyst one, which I just think this is like really, really pretty. These are a little bit more for aesthetic right now. But this kind of really straight wand is really great for people who are beginning to use crystal wands and maybe they're not quite as comfortable with them. Again, because it's straight, it's smooth. You can use the smaller end if you don't want something that's too large to start with, because these are hard. They're not like those sort of like rubbery ones that some people might be used to. Or you can use the larger end, or you can work your way up from one end to the next. You can use this end to de-armor, which I'll get to de-armoring in a minute, but you could use this for that purpose as well. So it is kind of a good all-around wand, and I think it's great for beginners. I think once you kind of get used to using the crystals, some of the other ones are ones that I reach for more because they have a different shape and they kind of work different areas of the body. So, but I do think that like these are really good if you're just starting out and you're kind of like, I don't know what to do. The Yoni eggs, like you can really just like hold in your hand if it feels really cold for a little bit, and then it usually warms up. Stuff like this, these can be cold, and if you want to play with cold, that's totally cool. You can just run these under not hot but warm water. These will break if you drop them, so if you use them standing up or in the shower on a hard, I would put down something. I'm gonna get to blankets in a minute. Yeah, these will break, and if they break, don't use them. These are a good beginner wand. Okay, one of my favorites, which can be used as a pleasure wand, but it's not fully designed for that. This is the, they call the cervix serpent. There's a couple different versions of it. I think this is the 2.0 because this was the one that was new when I got it. I'm kind of glad I got this one, but I think there's a couple different versions of it that have slightly different size ends on both sides. It's really, really long, which it's good. Don't let that freak you out because you want to have a handle, whether you use this side or whether you use this side. It's good to have a handle. This is a de-armoring wand, which is basically for, it's essentially internal massage. It's just sort of releasing the tension in your body, which is what is referred to as de-armoring. And this is really for internal massage. If you get pleasure from it, great. I mean, who's gonna complain about that, right? But these are generally for massaging yourself internally and waking up, which is similar to the Yoni egg. The Yoni eggs and any of these things really, they're for like waking up the insides of your body. So many women are just like numb to everything in their whole pelvic region. So this is really just about like waking everything up. You can use this end, which is a more pointed end, to kind of go in and try to use like as pressure points, and you can also massage the cervix with it. Or you can use this sort of bulbed end, which is very similar to like using, well, it's a large one, but it's similar to using a Yoni egg. It's got ridges and stuff, so you can use this also, and it's just sort of about like going in and massaging. You can use pressure points. It's like using any kind of massage tool. You can also use this end for G-spot stimulation if you like. It's probably my favorite tool for doing that. And you can use this for massaging the cervix as well, or you can use this end. So it's very versatile. It's just kind of about figuring out which way that you want to use it. And then again, you're not expected to put this whole thing in your body. It's about having enough end of a handle, and how much of it you get in your body honestly depends on your own body chemistry. There's no right or wrong answer to it. It's just feeling into whatever feels right to you. This is a glass tool. It's not made out of crystal, it's made out of glass, body safe glass. It's breakable. You want to wash it. Some of these things that have ridges, it's a little bit more difficult to wash. I wash mine with apple cider vinegar. Yeah, you want to make sure that you get them clean so you don't get any like bacteria that grows in them or whatever. Wash them after each use. But yeah, and again, you can warm this up under warm, not hot, because you don't want it to break, but under warm water to warm it up before you use it. This is the Yoni Pleasure Palace. It's like their signature product, the Sacred Squirter. It's got a little handle on it right here, and it's got a ton of ridges. It kind of looks like almost like a dragon tongue or something like that. It's kind of like a tongue, like grooves in the bottom. I have to be honest with you, I got this because it was so unique, and I was like, I want to see how it works. I don't reach for this a ton. Actually, at first, I hated this when I first started using this because the ridges just felt too aggressive for me. They don't as much anymore now that I've done a lot of de-armoring. So after I had done some de-armoring and stuff, I find this to be less aggressive. This is also glass. It comes in a couple different colors as well. So this is primarily meant for G-spot stimulation. So like this area, you'd put it in and you would kind of use like a scooping motion. Again, I don't reach for this as often, but I do think like I have used it and enjoyed it. It's called the Sacred Squirter because it's essentially designed to help you squirt. And so yeah, so this is a tool. Again, I also feel like if you want something that's sort of an all-purpose, the cervix serpent, because it's got the texture, the end with the ball, and then it's got the pointed end, I feel like that one's a little bit more versatile, so I don't reach for this one as much. And if you want to invest in like just one glass tool, I would usually say the cervix serpent would probably be the one to go to because you can use it for multiple purposes. This really most likely isn't going to necessarily hit the cervix area. You can use this to de-armor and massage. I have. You're just not going to get it in as deep, if that matters to you at all. Now, this is the Aventura. This one was gifted to me because I taught a class in the Golden Yoni membership, which I want to give a shout out to. A few people asked me about it. They were asking me how it was compared to Beducated. Beducated is a site, I believe, that gives you tutorials and things like that about sex and sexual topics, sexual health, things like that. I've never actually been a member of Beducated, but I am a part of the Golden Yoni membership, and I did teach a class for them, and they sent me this as a thank you. I love this baby. Green aventurine is for like money, prosperity. I love the shape of this. I love that you've got like this bulbed end. This one just feels really nice to me. And because it was gifted, it has a special place in my heart. But yeah, I highly recommend the Golden Yoni membership. There's so many topics in there. There's a community too, Facebook group community. Just, like every topic on sexuality you could imagine. And just a really supportive group of women. So it's a women's only group, a safe space. It's just a really amazing. So I would highly recommend that. And you can do my workshop in there about self-love and how to love your body. So yeah, this green aventurine, I really love this for the shape. It's been fun to play around with. You can use either end. You can use this end, which is more sort of smooth and straight, and then you have this bulbed end, which is a little bit better for like G-spot stimulation and stuff, and it's smoother than the Sacred Squirter. So if you think that the Sacred Squirter, you're not gonna like the bumps, something like this is much smoother. There is a smoother version of the Sacred Squirter. I don't have that one, but there is that. But if you want something that's more of a crystal and has a smoother bulb on it, if you like more fullness, highly recommend this one. This is the Black Mamba. This one is actually meant for party in the front, party in the back. Because this is more curved and has the pointed end, you could use this essentially, it's a little bit shorter, but you could use this for cervix stimulation if you wanted to. Curved and the bulbed end is usually meant more for G-spot stimulation. I used this front ways, in the front. Didn't love it for me personally. A lot of people love it. I didn't love that it was this pointed. I didn't love the smaller end of it. This ridged end with the bulbs, very nice in the back, I'm just gonna say. Which is full disclosure, an area that I'm not very experienced in. This has been my only foray in that area. With a lot of lube and some patience, I do enjoy this, I have to say. And I like, honestly, like they have some plugs. I have one, I didn't grab it for this video. I have a mental block around those, to be honest with you. There's something about plug and being really terrified. So I like that I can use this and I can choose which bulb I want it to go into, but it still has a handle. So I don't feel that like panic of like, oh my God, what if it gets lost up there? You know what I mean? And I know that the plugs have stoppers, but like that's my own mental block. So I think like in the same way that people can, like having the string on the Yoni Eggs is like helps to work with that mental block. For me, having a handle on this just helps with my own mental block. So, and this comes in a couple different types of crystals. Some of these come in different types of crystals as well, but this is the Black Obsidian, and Black Obsidian is really great for root chakra work, which the backside area is very good for. It's the root chakra area, so Black Obsidian is great for that. So I honestly got this one because honestly I just I needed a you know what in my life. I'm so trying not to get demonetized here, but I'm holding a crystal you know what in my hand, right? This is my rose quartz. This also comes in Black Obsidian as well. If you want a black one in your life, I wanted a pink one. I just got this honestly because I just kind of wanted to put it on display to like call in a man into my life. I kind of like using this. This is one of my go-tos. I wasn't sure I liked the way it felt at first because it is very hard. Oh my God, the puns, I can't. And this is like, this is the most obvious of like, okay, we know what this is, right? Everything else is kind of like, oh, it's just a crystal, is it a massage, whatever. This is like, you know what it is. It's kind of great to set it down. It's got like a base so that you can on top, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is one of my favorites, I gotta say. Puts a smile on my face. And speaking of things with a base, this is they call it the grinder, I think now. It was called something else originally, but I don't use this as a crystal pleasure wand per se, although you can because it has a base, and if you want to, you know what I'm saying? I use this was originally designed to be a belly massager. And again, because this is Black Obsidian, it's really great for clearing out negative energy, and I'm working through it, but I've had a lot of negative energy around my abdominal area. So I use this as a belly massager and just like massage my abdominal area with the ridged end and stuff, and I used to use this as a handle. I don't use this like internally. You can, and some people may love it, especially because you can you know, and because of the size, I imagine it would be really good. If you wanted a black obsidian, I just personally use it more as a belly massager. If I wanna, I use my rose quartz, you know. So there are a ton of other things on the site you can get. I have some lube from there. I don't tend to reach for lube personally very much unless I'm using the Black Mamba, because when you're working backwards, you kind of need some. And so they have those, which are very natural. They're very clean, safe lubes, but I don't tend to use them very often. Honestly, since doing more connecting with my feminine energy, I haven't really needed to use lube, so I don't reach for it. But they do have some great ones on their website if you want to give them a try and you want like a clean, safe, like non-toxic one. I do want to shout out these are Squirt blankets, which based on the name, you can probably guess is for laying down if you are having some sexy time and you might want to be, or might try to, or hopefully are squirting. There you go. Or anything, like you can lay these down and they are waterproof. They are so soft. They have like this velvety one side and then they have this really soft, oh, I love soft blankets. But they are waterproof. They have a waterproof lining within them. I have these in a few different colors and a few different sizes. I mean, that's what they're intended for. You could also use them for when you're on your period, whether it be you want to free bleed or you just want like an extra layer of protection. I'm like kind of obsessed with my bedspread, so like I kind of lay one on my bedspread. You know, you just, for anything. I mean, you can use them for pets. People use them for baby blankets. I bought one to use as a picnic blanket and I still haven't been on a picnic. I'm going to go on a picnic. I'm telling you I'm going to go on a picnic, but I haven't used it for that yet. But again, picnic blankets, I use these a lot. Sometimes I'll just like lay them down when I'm doing like an abdominal massage if I don't want to get oil on things or whatever. They're so soft, and these waterproof blankets are just amazing, whether you're using them for sexual pleasure or just everyday life. So yeah, so these are some of my Yoni Pleasure Palace favorites. If you want to check these out, I will leave all of these linked so that you can try them if you want them for stocking stuffers, things like that. I hope that you guys enjoy some of these goodies. Treat yourself, treat your friends to some feminine energy pleasure fun for the holidays. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. If you guys have any questions or anything, or want recommendations or things like that, or have any suggestions of other videos or reviews you'd like me to do, let me know. Leave a comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. I love your suggestions. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a big thumbs up and be sure you subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you join me next time.